Before we get started, I just want to take a minute to remind everybody how special each and every one of you is. You're a unique beauty, unlike any other, and I love you. I'm sorry, but could I sit here with you? Yeah, it's really busy around this time of day, and I couldn't find a free table. Man, talking to people and stuff is really hard for me, so I'm sorry if I come off as weird. Oh, did you come here to read? Oh, if so, go right ahead. I'll try not to annoy you or anything. No, seriously. I just came here to write a bit, so don't feel obligated to talk to me. I mean, I guess unless you're in the mood for a little chat. So, are you taking a break from work right now? Ah, yeah, I get that. Sometimes it's really nice to just be able to shut off for a bit and enjoy a cozy drink and get lost in your thoughts. You come here often, by the way? I've never seen you around, and I'd consider myself a regular. Second time, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, in my opinion, this is the best place in the area. Like, once you find it, you just have to come back. That was the case for me, at least. The drinks are just absolutely fantastic, and the staff are all so nice and welcoming. Have you tried any of the cakes yet? They will blow your mind, I promise. Or maybe don't try them. I mean, you might get addicted. Though, that would mean I'd get to see you around more often. Yeah, you should definitely try the cake. Yes, they really are that good. I know the guy who makes them, and he's just an absolute sweetheart. He bakes them fresh every day. Yeah, sometimes we hang out after hours and just sit here and eat some of the leftovers. It's one of the reasons why I love this particular shop so much. Once you get to know the people, you're basically family. I also love to people watch whenever I'm not buried in my writing. It's just so fascinating to see everyone rush by as though there's no tomorrow. Usually I come in either before or after the busy hours, but this time I couldn't avoid it. Normally I love the place because of how calm and quiet it is, but today I have plans later on and figured either I have to come in a bit early or not at all. Even though I knew it'd be packed, I thought I'd give it a try anyways and maybe get some writing done. I struggle doing stuff at home. I mean, getting inspired and motivated to work is really tricky when you when you could just be laying in bed or watching YouTube or streaming Netflix. Somehow when I'm outside, the pressure to perform is just much higher and the distractions they aren't half as distracting anymore. Like, have you ever seen somebody watch YouTube out in the open? That would be so weird. Yeah, I don't know. Somehow it just works a lot better when I'm out. Maybe it's the background sounds or feeling like you just have to do something while you're sipping on your coffee. Who knows? Or, I mean, it could also be all the people around. For me, it always helps to realize I'm not completely alone and shut off from the world. I just feel like a part of something when I'm sat here, typing away on my computer, scribbling on my notepad. Either way, somehow it works, and that's the important part, isn't it? And sometimes you get to meet really interesting people when you're outside, like right now. Or the other day, I saw somebody in a bear costume walk by and wave at me. I guess I technically didn't meet them since we didn't talk or anything, but that was a lot more exciting than sitting at home all by myself. Somehow that just made me smile. I'm also trying to build up my confidence and get better about talking to people. Normally, I would have just turned on my heel seeing how full the place is. Just the thought of having to talk to somebody used to make me feel physically tremble. But I'm really proud of myself for being able to have this conversation with a stranger right now. And I just have to say thank you for letting me talk to you. You could just as well have put on headphones or pulled out your phone and tried to ignore me, but you didn't, and honestly, I'm really glad about that. Most people would have just scoffed at me when I asked to sit with you or told me to just leave or I don't know, but you didn't. And I mean, since I'm working on the whole confidence thing, I still can't go up to people and tell them, "Oh, I really like your jacket," or "Your boots are so cool," or "Hey, I just love your hair color." Those are the kind of things I always think when I see people, and I know they would love to hear it, but I still really struggle with it. Yeah, I guess I should just try it sometime. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Well, murder technically, but I'm sure nobody would kill you over a compliment, right? I don't really want to get spat or scoffed at either, or even if they just rolled their eyes or completely ignored me because I'm annoying. Sorry. I tend to spiral sometimes. It's not really fun. But like I said, I'm trying to work on it and all, and yeah. But anxiety is one tough thing to handle. It's actually really sad to see how many people suffer from social anxiety for seemingly no reason. Well, not no reason. People are pretty scary. And way back when, everybody's survival did depend on being able to fit in. For them, it really was life or death to be accepted by others. But it's a total lie that we still have to live with that now. And it's so irritating when you know it's not crucial and you know it's unlikely for anyone to get mad at you over nothing, but you still can't. You know what I mean, don't you? Yeah. Honestly, thank you for being so nice about this. I'm really surprised I'm able to talk so much right now. I swear I'm usually much quieter. Do you get that often? That you're easy to talk to, I mean. Because I sure do. I mean, for some reason, people just love to open up to me. I don't mind it really, I just don't get why that happens. I do find it super interesting to talk to people when I have the courage. Hearing their stories and all, listening to how they tick, how different they are from what I expect, and what stereotypes they fit and what they don't. As a kid, I didn't really have any friends, so I had to rely on books and movies to learn about how people function, and on there you only see the same few tropes over and over again. Most people don't fit into those tropes even remotely, and that was a weird lesson to have to learn. I mean, if I'm being honest, you seem like the bookish type as well. I mean, maybe that's why I felt most comfortable coming up to you. You looked so approachable. Hey, that was almost a compliment. Could I try again? To practice and build confidence, I mean? You'd be my first victim, so to say. You obviously don't have to say yes. I don't want you to be uncomfortable because of me. Yeah, it kind of is over the top how much I worry, I know. It's really unreasonable and weird, but I mean, normally a person could just walk away, and right now, in this situation, it feels like you're kind of stuck with a half-finished drink and a random weirdo sitting at your table. Right, so back on track. Would it be okay with me practicing compliments on you? Awesome, thank you. Well, I really like your shirt. The color suits you. Was that any good? I guess if it were me walking up to somebody at random, it'd probably be more like, hey, nice shirt, or something like that. I don't know, but it definitely does flatter you. It really brings out your eyes. It just makes them pop, you know? And you have really pretty eyes. Every time somebody says that, even me, it just gives me a serial killer vibe. Like, I want to put your eyes in a jar. But I don't know how else you'd even phrase it. Like, like when the dentist says you have good teeth, it just always feels so weird. Imagine somebody coming up to you and telling you they like your teeth. But on the other hand, if I go up to a stranger and tell them they have a nice smile, isn't that weird too? Maybe. Well, I do like your smile. It worked, now you're smiling. I could also say you're really pretty, or your outfit is gorgeous, or I love that ring you're wearing. Right, I guess it depends on the situation. I'm not really sure. Because sometimes it's just these really small things I notice about someone, and I don't know, like the way they do their eyeliner, or, how their tattoo was done, the way they did their hair, or a small little bump on their nose. You think it's weirder to tell someone they're pretty, or that I like their eyebrows? On one hand, saying somebody is pretty or handsome is much stronger and, like, broader, But on the other hand, who am I to decide that? I mean, who am I to tell someone they're pretty without having seen them on a bad day, right? Plus, I mean, the concept of pretty is kind of shallow, to be honest, but yeah. I mean, it's pretty to whom? Does it really matter if I find someone good looking, or am I saying that I deem them pretty to society? But in the end, I'm worried I'd just freak people out. Especially if I came up to them and said, hey, nice eyebrows, I'm overcomplicating it again, aren't I? Yeah, I mean, if someone came up to me and said, hey, I like your hair, or nice hands, I think I'd just be flattered. No weird thoughts or anything. Oh no. Man, I have to leave soon. I didn't realize how late it was already. Thank you so much for chatting with me, though. I hope I didn't seem too strange. It was really a pleasure getting to talk to you. And, if you ever see me, sitting here on my own and feel like talking again, I really wouldn't mind if you did. But only if you want to, of course. Have a great day. Oh, and by the way, I really like your voice.